DC's Shazam 2, aka Captain Marvel 2, Fury of the Gods opened Thursday with a thud.
It's true.
Well, with its woke plot lines and its alphabet themes, what did you expect?
See, now that's some bullshit.
But, was it already doomed to fail because of what James Gunn did?
It's true!
And in the end, does it really matter?
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this...
Well, why don't you cry about it?
No, it's what's next. A happy and blessed Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jasper Gonzo. What's next? Your daily dose of common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you're enjoying this day. Of course, it's a beautiful day on the East Coast, and hopefully it is wherever you are. Well, this weekend was a movie weekend. Yeah, forgot? Well, remember the DCEU? Yes, Zack Snyder, the Snyder Cut, the awful Josh Whedon version of Justice League. You had Cavill and Affleck and Godot and Momoa and, Ezra Petto Miller. Well, when James Gunn got hired as DC head of entertainment in DC for Warner Brothers, all that went away. Cavill got rehired by Discovery Warner Brothers, only to get fired by Gunn just a few months later. And then, of course, that snowballed into everybody getting fired who had any ties with Zack Snyder. Now, of course, he's already put out his initials about, well, there's going to be a new Superman. He's going to be younger, a new, Justice League. They're going to be younger. It's going to be more diverse, diversity, inclusion, and all that other nonsensical trash. But we saw what happened with Black Adam. Even The Rock could not help Black Adam. Of course, Black Adam bombed. And of course, we still have Aquaman 2, which is coming out later this year. And of course, we have Flashpoint that's coming out in a few months. But who do we forget? Oh, that's right. Zachary Levi's Shazam 2. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Nolte, big, gay. Yes, of course, there are woke plot lines and alphabet themes. Shazam 2 bombs on Thursday night. And the look on his face pretty much says it all. Shazam! Fury of the Gods opened to a pathetic $3.4 million on Thursday night. The sequel to 2019's modest hit, already predicted to be a bomb with a $35 million opening weekend. The news of this awful Thursday night might take into making those predictions look wise and accurate. DC's Shazam! Fury of the Gods got off the ground at 3 p.m. on Thursday and posted a 3.4 million previews in 3,400 theaters. 3.4 million, 3,400 theaters. You do the math. That's less than first Shazam back in 2019, which did 5.9 million in its Thursday previews. Shazam also had another 3.3 in previous Fandango previews back in the day, for a grand total of 9.2, 20.3 on Friday, a 53.5 million opening. The sequel predicted at 35. Yikes. With superhero fatigue hitting everywhere, these men in spandex movies and front-loaded like never before. So a devastating 35 million opening, especially bad news for this $100 million sequel, not counting promotional costs. So really, give or take $150, $175 million. You may not make this back. It's going to take at least $300 million to break even. Wow. A good example is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which opened better at $104 million than the first two Ant-Man movies, 57 and 78, which promptly went over to the box office cliff. Ant-Man 3 is about played out and only grossed $201 million domestic, $451 worldwide. Ant-Man and the Wasp grossed $216 and $622. Ant-Man grossed $180 and $519. Despite the great opening, Ant-Man 3 will be lucky to squeak over $500 million worldwide. This is along of saying that if Shazam! Fury of the Gods does indeed open to a weak 35 mil, it's probably doomed the first Shazam opening to 57 million in 2019. Knowing all this, why are the morons behind Shazam! Fury of the Gods running around bragging about how gay the movie is? Yes, because you knew it was coming. Why would these morons think anybody who wants to watch Shazam's fellow superheroes break the storytelling spell with some kind of declaration about his sexual preference for other hairy guys? Nobody wants to see it. See bros. As I've said it before, the glaring hypocrisy of the Shazam character is outrageous. He declines an invitation to a strip club, which is perfectly understandable for a gay man. But straight peoples are homophobes if they don't want to expose themselves to homosexuality. Shazam was on his way to be a viable franchise. The first movie didn't make much money, but the audience goodwill seemed to prime for sequels that would earn more. But Shazam went woke, and what happens when you go woke? Dear Hollywood, make gay movies for gay people and straight movies for straight people. Duh. Oh, and if anyone wants to smear me as a homophobe, we'll have to explain all the lesbian porn I own. Okay. My thoughts. That's John Nolte for you for Breitbart. But no surprise. No surprise. You got a combination of things. You got superhero fatigue. You got the woke plot lines. You got the forced alphabet themes, which of course supposedly that it was hinted in the first movie. I saw the first movie 3 times and I own it. And I did not see one sprinkling of supposed alphabet themes. But then again, I wasn't looking for it as a straight dude. But you look at someone like James Gunn. James was the hired gun, no pun intended. Actually, pun intended. To change all this, let's get away from Zack Snyder. Let's get away from that Zack Snyder universe. Let's get away from all those, older, superheroes, and let's bring in fresh and young and new and progressive and yada, yada, yada. Unless the storyline is on point, unless the characters are canon and they're established, no one gives 2 fucks. Now, that was Thursday. I'm doing this video Sunday. And more likely, the prediction is pretty much going to be on point. It's probably going to hit around 33 to 35 million for the weekend, when, once the numbers come out on Monday, which is absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. I like Shazam. A lot of people didn't like it. I liked it. I thought it was, like I said, it was a family-friendly movie, and that's what you want in Shazam. Why? Because he is a boy in a man's body. He's a man-child. That's what he is. He has innocence about him as a man when he becomes Shazam. When he becomes, Captain Marvel. Let me correct the record here. He is Captain Marvel, not the clown Brie Larson. That's another story, which of course, she's a 3rd or 4th player off the bench on her own damn movie. But anyway, at the end of the day, it's sad. It's sad that you have stories, you have established characters, you have all this at your fingertips for DC Comics, and yet, as we've seen time and time again, Hollywood doesn't give a about the fans. They don't. We see it with Disney, we see it with Marvel, we see it with DC Comics, we see it with Marvel Comics, we see it with nonsensical with Thelma. We see it's just trash after trash after trash after trash. And then they complain, you didn't go see our movie because you're a phobic of some kind, because you're a racist of some kind, because you're this, that, the other ists. But we still get the blame. We don't come out and see your damn movie because of woke trash, but we're the bad guys because we didn't come out and see your movie that's full of woke trash. It's a lose-lose situation for the fans. And sadly, this will be another loser. The fans can't win. The fans cannot win. Oh, and let me not forget that Zachary Levi did himself no favors when he called out Pfizer and its poison jab. Yeah, but that's just me. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share it, subscribe to it, and we'll catch you guys next time. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys never miss an episode. Peace.